Did you sell your soul? Shit. Did you sell your motherfucking soul, nigga? For some cheeseburgers? For some couple dollars? You need to get your fucking soul back real fast before it's too late. Now, the deep metaphysics of selling your soul. See, this is a higher spectrum. This is a higher animosity. This is a higher accumulation when we talk about selling your motherfucking soul. Because, of course, we all came from the wombs. We all came from a belly. We all came from a woman. A woman. A womb. And, of course, we was all put in a predicament, circumstance, situation where we was already in a motherfucking program. So that means things that's happening on a day-to-day basis. You're already governed to go to the hospital and you're pregnant. You're already governed to go to the hospitals and pretty much get a social security number. That's selling your soul, with your borrow I code and shit like that. It's getting your motherfucking social security, date of birth. That's selling your soul. I mean, yeah, we all went through that shit. Of course, as kids, we was told to, eat. Of course, we're gonna eat, we're gonna drink, we're gonna do our thing. Of course, we was given toys, we was given books, we was given television, televised to your vision, programming, another phase of programming. We was distracted. We was put in circumstances and situations where we had to go to school. We didn't like going there, because deep down your soul knows, like, okay, either you've been here before, or this is a place that you shouldn't be. But of course, you gotta do what you gotta do. Times pass, you start to grow. Go home, go to school. The shit that they teach you and tell you, you need that shit later down the line. You need none of that shit. Also, the programs. Once you finish your school, get a job. Do this, do that. Work for somebody. Your whole life you've been working for somebody. Everything is out the motherfucking window. Shit. Well, understand that this is a circumstance situation where once you grow older, you take more control over your life. You experience. You just came here to experience. And of course, we all have a mind, which you have to go in your mind to figure out what's going on. Figure out how you can pretty much contain it. Figure out how much you can pretty much control your motherfucking mind. See, because it's very difficult. Because there's circumstances and situations in life that we get blindsided by, we get distracted by. And of course, it's play on a higher magnitude. But when we're talking about a frequency, this is your space, your spirit, your gas. And of course, if we're talking about a vibration, this is your soul, the waters, how everything is flowing. And when we talk about your energy, we're talking about your physical vessel. But of course, what is selling your soul? Now, selling your soul, you have to give away something for return. Feel me? You have to give your time. You have to give your soul. You have to give your emotions. You have to get that away. And of course, you're going to get drained. You're going to get tired. You're going to get weak. You're going to get lazy. And of course, this is what you call hell. Being in a cell. Trapping yourself in. This is what you experienced when you was a kid. Going to school every day. Giving your time and attention to something that you don't want to pretty much do. You rather do something else. You rather actually be comfortable and satisfied with doing something way better versus pretty much just settling for less or just giving things away. Because in this world, you got to understand what you have to offer to the world is a gift, your purpose, what you came here to do. A talent would be pretty much working for something, having to work hard for something. And of course, giving your energy and your time away for something in return. Because if you have to give your soul away for money, you're fucking up. It's fucked up that way. It's not even supposed to be that way. That's called living backwards. But of course, you got to do what you got to do. But also, you got to always question shit. Are you doing something that's making you happy? Or are you doing something that's making you frustrated, sad, mad, angry, depressed? You working hard for what? Come home with a piece of shit ass change. Come home with peanuts. Come home with pennies. Something gotta change. You can't live. You can't be successful. can't be satisfied in that circumstance situation. You have to get the fuck out of that ASAP. You don't want to be stuck in that routine pattern, because what you're doing now is pretty much what you're going to be creating for your next life. If you're already dreaming about scenarios of you being at work, being at a place you don't want to be, being at a place that you're trying to get out of, well, you're just creating more realms of realities of that. And what you're feeding your subconscious bodies is what's being created internally. That is why it is so important that you must fight every day to get out of the circumstance and situation that you're in. Because your soul, your spirit is always going to tell you what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, and experiences that you should not be experiencing. You're always going to get that feeling. Pay attention to that mother. Pay attention to that wound. Pay attention to that feeling. Pay attention to that emotion. It's always going to tell you that you should not be here. You should not be doing this shit right now. This shit is stopping you. This shit is draining you. This shit is taking away your mental. This shit is taking away your charge. This shit is taking away your passion. Look, the spirit like to be constantly moving, like the waters, like the ocean, like the waves. When water get too stuck, too stagnated, it get trapped. And what happens when something get too trapped? It get dirty, it get nasty, it start to accumulate, it start to rot, it start to stink, it start to smell. And you don't want to be in that circumstance situation. You're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna feel like you ain't got shit. You're gonna feel like you don't have shit to offer. Only thing you have to offer is selling your soul. And that shit is real deep. It hurt. I know it hurts. And of course, it's a circumstance situation where that you need to really sit down and look in the mirror and question yourself. Like, is this what you really want to do for the rest of your life? Do you want to be a slave for the rest of your life? Do you want to give your time away for the rest of your life? Do you want to make sacrifices for somebody else's business to keep getting bigger for the rest of your life, and you come home with shit, pennies? That's a circumstance situation that you need to get out of. ASAP. No rocking in this motherfucker. And of course, you have to start somewhere. We all know that shit. But don't stay stagnated. Don't stay stuck. You have to get it moving. You have to get on the road. Cannot be in one position forever. You need to do what's comfortable for you. You need to be doing things that's going to better suit you, when you can sit back and relax and don't have to worry about working for nobody. Don't have to worry about giving all your time and attention to somebody. You need to get yourself out of that circumstance situation ASAP. You cannot be there forever. You cannot do that shit to yourself. You cannot violate yourself like that. You cannot put yourself in that circumstance situation like that. You got to get out of there fast, ASAP. No rocking. Because the longer you stay there, the longer your body wears and tears and breaks down. And what's you going to do in the end? Because the thing is, they want you to work, sleep, drink the Kool-Aid, watch the news, come back here, do it again, drink, sleep, work, watch the news, drink the Kool-Aid, go back. That shit is a routine, a pattern. It's like you being on a motherfucking rabbit, running on that motherfucking sterilizer, and just keep basically repeating the same thing all over again. And if you get off that bitch, how the work gonna get done? How the food gonna get on the table? How the roof gonna be over your head? How the food gonna get in your belly? Yeah, of course. We all know that this is a circumstance situation that you need to look towards your motherfucking spirit. You need to get right with your spirit. Always get right with your motherfucking spirit. It's very important to get right with your motherfucking spirit. Because if you don't get right with your motherfucking spirit, then you're going to lose your motherfucking spirit. And if you don't put your spirit first, then you lack your spirit. And your spirit is your gas, your frequency, your vibe, your motherfucking imagination, the spark, the vision. The soul comes after. The imagination got to go in the soul. It got to fulfill it. And when it's being fulfilled, it start to create vibration. It start to create time. It start to create more scenarios of air. And of course, start to spark. And of course, you keep doing this shit, it's going to create earth. Now, what happens if you keep giving yourself away to some organization. You gotta go. I gotta go to work. Oh shit, it's time. I gotta be there. Oh shit, I feel that shit. I gotta be there. Oh shit, I'm thinking about that shit again. The air. Oh shit, I gotta use my body. Oh shit, I'm tired. Man, I don't even got time to make something. Listen, if you had a motherfucking place, if you ain't got time to put in energy work for yourself outside of that job, outside of that place, that ain't the motherfucking place for you. Just know you just a consumer. And it goes deep to the point, to the circumstance situation that you worked your whole motherfucking life. You worked at this organization for the rest of your motherfucking life, just for them to tell you, oh, we gotta close down. There's an imaginary virus going around. Oh, we have to close down. Oh, you have to come back. You gotta get this vaccine. You gotta get this vaccine. That's another form of hell, because you relied too much on this job. You got too stagnated, too stuck, and the universe like to move and pretty much expand. So of course, if stars, if time, if locations are being presented and basically constantly changing, and you're not changing for the better for yourself, which is self-worth. Your self-worth is more important. Your self-care is more important. Your self-acknowledgement is more important. You have to acknowledge yourself. If you don't acknowledge yourself, you're going to lose yourself. You're going to wreck yourself. You don't want to wreck yourself. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself, for real. Because if you don't check yourself, you don't look in the mirror, you don't check your temperature, you don't check your spirit, you don't check your soul, you don't check your space, you don't check your vibration, you don't check your motherfucking energy. Somebody going to check that shit for you. And that person that's checking that shit for you, they're going to take your spark. They're going to take your image. They're going to take your dream. And they're going to be out here fulfilling their purpose with your motherfucking dream. And you don't want them to fulfill your purpose with their dream. Because if you allow that shit to motherfucking happen, then motherfucker, you just going to be walked on for the rest of your life. Feel me? You're going to be a rock. You're going to come back to this world a fucking rock. Which means you ain't take action. You just stay stagnated. You got bruised. You got harmed. You got hurt. You're going to come back a broken rock. You might just fall out the sky or some shit. Boom, boom. And of course, a rock ain't going to move. A rock is stable. That means getting lost into earth perspective. So of course, we on the surface level, where we talking about air and earth. Now, take into consideration, you got the sharks, you got the seafood, you got these shrimp, you got crabs. These beings are in the ocean. So the ocean is pretty much dealing with fire and water, which they have the imagination, they got the water to swim in. So of course, what goes on after that, it just becomes air. It goes up into flames. And of course, they're already in their physical shape and form, but they under the water. And that's where the more influence is at. So that's pretty much what's being lacked in this point of reference, which is the fire and the water. For me, your fire and your water is important. That shit is very important. If you lacking that, then of course, you're just going to be lost in the left brain perspective, which is air and earth, and the magnitude. Air would be pretty much the intellect, the communication. The motherfucking earth would be practical, which means that they have motherfuckers living in reverse. They have you waking up, working, and they have you thinking about work and working. Where it's supposed to be the idea, the feeling and emotion, which is the imagination will be the fire, the feeling and emotion will be the water, the air will be the intellect, and the earth will basically begin to it. Now they got you doing earth, which is the practical perspective, giving all your time, giving all your energy, overburdening yourself with your body. They got you thinking about it, stressing about it in your head. Then they got you in your feelings and emotions about it. Then they got you dreaming about the shit. Then they got you coming back right here doing the same shit all over. Nah, that shit gotta motherfucking change. You better fucking change your mind. You better change your feelings and emotions. You better use this fucking job that you're going to. You better put a fucking imagination into that spectrum. You better believe in yourself. You better believe in your purpose. You better fight to the motherfucking end to get yourself out of that predicament. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen tomorrow. That's why you should always be prepared for the weather, for the changes, for the transits, for the transformations. You gotta be prepared in this motherfucking world. If you allow this shit to happen, then what's gonna happen to you? The motherfuckers ain't gonna give a fuck about you. You a less person that they need to be worrying about. For real though. Yo, if you gonna do something, do it from the kindness of your heart. Have a purpose, have a dream, and the motherfucking gift that you need to utilize. And not a talent for working for somebody and shit. Because you're going to be working out here and not coming home with shit. But yeah, check yourself, man. For real. Check yourself. For real.